How you doing, good people? This is the 8-Bit Animal. And I guess monster trucks, they started life in like the late 1970s, very early 80s. And over time, they exploded in popularity. There was Bigfoot, Gravedigger, and everybody else as far as trucks and the celebrity that those trucks had. Well, that didn't necessarily translate to video games early on. Because, far as I remember, there were only really 2, maybe 3 NES games where you dealt with monster trucks. And I'm not counting Micro Machines. Today's game is one of those games. Problem is, most of those games actually weren't very good. Earlier this year, we talked about Bigfoot. And Bigfoot ain't a very good video game. And today we're going to talk about a game that is actually worse by a lot. It's from 1990, 1991, around that time frame, and was published by INTV, which I have never heard of. Today, we're going to take a quick look at Monster Truck Rally. Okay, so first thing about Monster Truck Rally, the most striking thing about Monster Truck Rally is that it bears this really strong resemblance to RC Pro-Am. And that's the only thing that it has in common with RC Pro-Am. You see, RC Pro-Am is a really good racing game. This ain't at all. This game is actually objectively bad. The control is wonky. There are points where you climb hills. And because of this isometric camera angle that works on RC Pro-Am, but not here, you don't necessarily know, or you can't immediately tell that you're supposed to be climbing a hill. You just look like you've run into a dead end. There's also the fact that your truck has a manual transmission. To my knowledge, and from what I remember, you can't necessarily change that. There's this weird thing that happens during the races where there are points where these little ramps pop up and go back down. If you run into one of them, your truck does a pirouette and just drops. You can't. Also, let's talk about the trucks for a second. These ain't monster trucks. These ain't monster trucks. These are like Chevy S10s or Toyota T100s, Ford Rangers, or whatever that the Nissan truck was before the Frontier, the one that folks used to like get hydraulics on, and the hydraulics on the little trailer in the back. Yeah, that's what this is. This is not a monster truck by any stretch of the imagination. The coolest part of this game is easily the track editor, because you can make your own tracks like in Excite Bike. The difference is, though, you can save your tracks here. You can't necessarily save them in most other racing games on the NES. But that can't save this game, because this game is just not good. Real-time associates, whomever they may be, this is not a good video game. It's just not good at all. I just don't know. I don't know why this was a thing that had to happen, but it's a thing that happened. There's a reason why a lot of these companies go out of business and go under, and it's because most of their products are bad. INTV is apparently the Intellivision people, and I don't know, man. This is just a bad video game. Everything about this is just wrong. But, you know, somebody might like it, I guess. And if you're one of those people, if you're that one, and you decide you want a copy of Monster Truck Rally, $20 to $25 will get you a loose cart. It's remarkably inexpensive considering that I had never heard of this before. And usually games where people by and large just don't know they exist, those games tend to be kind of rare. Thankfully, this one ain't as far as price. This is a bad video game, and nobody should be paying exorbitant prices for a game this bad. And thankfully, they won't. Yeah. Avoid this. Go play Micro Machines. Go play RC Pro-Am. Anything but this. This is a bad video game. And those aren't even monster trucks. But this has been the 8-Bit Animal. And I'll catch you beautiful people tomorrow. Tomorrow. Alright, this game is based on a beloved Christmas classic. Cause for concern because it's a movie tie-in. Scary part, it was published by THQ.